Okay, hey guys, this is going to be a quick video on why is Easter different and lands on a different day each year, and also why are eggs and bunny rabbits, etc. associated with Easter. So this is a great question. It came up loads in the gym last week with clients going, oh, are you working next week because it's Easter and blah, blah, blah. And then it would actually discuss how Easter this year is early because it's at the beginning of April and last year it was later at the end of April, and why is that? So we're actually looking, well, the reason it is actually because of it being set by actually more of from the moon, from lunar cycles, which is why there's the variance each year. And something like Christmas is static because it's based on the sun and our normal calendar. So there's three landmarks that set the date for Easter. The first is got to be the first Sunday after the first full moon after the Spring Equinox. And actually, that isn't a Christian reason that set that. These are based, those dates, on a lot older traditions when man was looking at natural cycles of the earth. So the first most important one is the equinox. Equinox stands for equal night. It symbolizes the end of winter. It's when the nights start drawing out and the light is getting lighter for longer. So we get the longer days. And as I said, it symbolizes the end of winter, increased fertility, increased food, increased growth, increased happiness all around for most organisms after the winter months and the quiet months and the still months and the dark months. So that day after that, people still around in ancient cultures worship lunar cycles a lot as well. So the brightest, fullest of the moons after that equinox was also heavily treasured and celebrated too. And then after that, the Sunday is when actually Christianity placed their version of events of resurrections and Jesus. They were piggybacking on older traditions that really celebrated and used those dates. So they just sort of thought that would be a good thing to place theirs. Sunday, though, actually, hence the name Sunday, the name of that is from an older tradition. The Romans were worshipping, the sun on that day. I think it was Sol Invictus. And so hence the name Sunday is the sun's day. So a lot of different traditions sort of merged into one, and Christianity sort of shoehorning their thing in there too. Now, why rabbits and bunnies and eggs? Well, eggs have been a symbol for life and rebirth since the dawn of time. In ancient Egypt, we see that, and lots of ancient Persian cultures, as well as Hindu and Indian cultures too, use the egg. Rabbits and bunnies, it was actually originally hares because there would be a lot of hares around Easter time. They're prolific maters, and so they've been brilliant to use as a symbol for fertility. Man was basically watching what happens in nature, and you see a lot of hares and you see eggs and you see flowers as well coming up out of the ground around that time, springtime. So they'd use all of what's going on in the natural world as symbols. Just these days, we just make a slight tweak. We turn them into chocolate eggs and we eat them. But by eating chocolate eggs over Easter, you're actually giving a nod to a lot older and more prolific tradition than Christianity.